Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Aloha. So I talked to Cheryl and she said I'm on my own with this one, but I think this is important to kind of try to pass on some lessons learned from our experience with the whole spousal visa, and then specifically the I-485, which is the filing for this change of status from the conditional residency to the permanent residency. So the conditional residency is the 2-year green card, which is what your Filipina, if you're American, will get if you marry in the Philippines and then petition her over. Or if you get the K1 fiancé visa, bring your Filipina to the States, you get married, and then their first green card is only a 2-year CR1 green card. So what's important about the I-485? Now, I think probably most of you know that you collect up all of your documentation to prove that you have a bona fide relationship with your significant other, so that you can provide the required evidence for the embassy or for the National Visa Center to approve your visa and to allow you to bring them to America. I don't know how it works for other countries, but I assume it's probably similar for other Western nations. Maybe not as difficult for Australia, Britain, and other European countries, but I'm sure they have their own little intricate details that you have to check the block on. But for the I-485, the one thing that kind of blindsided us was, we got married in the Philippines so Cheryl's family could be at the wedding and she could have her dad there and her siblings and they could participate. And we did the spousal visa, and that caused some delay. Instead of 4 to 8 months for the K1 visa to bring her here to the States, it took almost a little over 2 years from when we got married. So we got married in 2015, and we did a lot of traveling when I was visiting in the Philippines and for the wedding. And then later in 2016, I went there for about 9 days of leave, and we went to different places. And then again in 2016 I went when CJ was born, but that was a little longer, and we traveled some places then too. So once we got the visa approval to bring her to the States in 2017, we brought her here and everything was great. We, aside from that time that we were split up waiting for her visa, we've never spent a night apart since we were married. And we had 2 kids. We checked all the blocks on the I-485 as far as evidence that we needed to submit. But we were shocked when we submitted for the change in status to go from the 2-year green card to the 10-year green card, that they initially denied us, saying that they didn't feel that our relationship was a bona fide relationship, which was shocking. So what I'm going to caution you guys about is that just keep a copy of everything you do. Or if you travel anywhere, like if you fly to another island in the Philippines, if you stay in a hotel with your fiance or your spouse, anywhere you go, take pictures that show that you're in a different place. Because for the I-485, the way the evidence works is you have to provide the original and then 2 copies of everything. So we ended up having to file a supplemental package that included, I went back and I just tore out every picture that we took of wherever we went, before and after the marriage, during the courtship, whatever. Copies of the itineraries for plane tickets that I had online. Fortunately, I had online accounts that I purchased the tickets with, or I would have never had those. I mean, they wanted boarding passes. I was like, who keeps that from like 4 or 5 years ago? That's ridiculous. But so if you're early in the process, guys, and you're planning on bringing your significant other to the States or to your home country, it might behoove you to keep track of that stuff. Keep a copy, especially the original. The original is hard to come by. And then you have to make 2 copies to submit with the packet. It's kind of a pain. Another thing that was kind of surprising to us was that we had to get a letter from a friend who's not related to us in any way to write a letter and basically say that they know us, that we're a couple, we, live as a couple. We chose our preacher, and I was in a bowling league for an extended period of time, and we chose a married couple that was on my bowling team to write a letter for us. But it wasn't strong enough, guys. I mean, it's really weird what they will accept. We submitted birth certificates for our 2 kids. I mean, I don't know many people that make multiple kids for fake marriages, but I mean, I don't know if it's something that they've added to be a little bit more strict on these type of relationships, if there's a large age gap, or I'm not really sure what was the problem. It was really hard to talk to the USCIS. The office was closed here, so they wouldn't really entertain any questions. We tried calling the national hotline. That didn't get us anywhere. So I just wanted to make this video and say, look, guys, if you're in a relationship with a Filipina and there's even the remote chance that you guys might go into like marriage or thinking about the K1 or a spousal visa, keep a copy of everything that you do. Like, we traveled to different places in the Philippines. Fortunately, we bought t-shirts at most of the places. We had, Cheryl's a good picture taker, so we had a lot of pictures to print out. But I had to print out the pictures, and kind of I glued them to a piece of paper, and I put a caption under each photo that explained what it was, where it was, what the date was. Fortunately, cell phones these days, they have the date tag on a lot of the photos. That kind of helped out a lot. And then we had travel where we had flown on airplanes. Sorry about that brief interruption, guys. So, I put 4 pictures on a piece of paper, and I wrote out what the picture was, what the date was, where we'd been. We took a lot of group photos, which was fortunate. So, take all the photos you can. If you can save them onto like a hard drive with and put like a little caption about what it is, kind of jog your memory when 3-4 years down the road you might have to produce that photo as evidence that you have a bona fide relationship with the one that you marry, or your wife. It's a really hard thing to have the government tell you that you're not in a real relationship. It's kind of sets you back. You're like, what are they basing it off of? I mean, we literally sent in. Oh, another thing I almost forgot was I had put Cheryl on all of my accounts, my bank account, for all my work stuff, for life insurance, dental, and everything. But I only included one bank record. I included the dental stuff, that she was on my health insurance, but that wasn't strong enough. So the second time, what I did was I just got everything. I got her as the beneficiary for my life insurance through my work, the beneficiary for my stocks and my 401k and that type of things, and all the different bank accounts that we had that she was a joint owner on, all those to help show. I got a copy of my deed for my house that says that her name is on my deed. But it was a lot of different things that there was no real rhyme or reason as to what was enough. I mean, it asked about bank records, but I didn't think, well, I mean, why would I need to provide 4 or 5 different accounts that, unfortunately, Cheryl doesn't have any real credit. She hasn't worked since she's been here, so there wasn't anything like that. I mean, that would help. I mean, she's not on any of the utilities because there's no point for her to be on them. They only put, I didn't move since we got married, so but I just want to kind of bring this up, and hopefully if any of you guys out there, I've been asked by a few of our viewers about some things like this, and I just wanted to put it out there that if anyone that watches it might get some benefit from it, or if you got anything to add, please put it in the comments. Hopefully if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And in the future, if we run into issues that maybe if you're earlier on in your relationship with your Filipina, that our lesson learned can help you avoid some headaches that we've run into in the process. And with that, I'll say, see you next time, guys. Thank you. We appreciate the support to our channel, and have a nice day. Aloha.